Welcome back to the second half of our city. Joining me for the second half to discuss the upcoming Dare Day Jamboree is none other than Dare Officer Lenny Guarino and the Vice President of the Elizabeth Municipal Alliance, Reverend Joseph Adair. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Was I supposed to say Joseph Lewis or Joseph?
Joseph Adair is good.
That's a pretty prominent name, Joe Lewis.
Joe Lewis Jr., yes, sir.
That's a lot of pressure there. Gentlemen, feel free. What is the Dare Day? What is Dare Day?
Dare Day gives us an opportunity to celebrate the DARE program in the city of Elizabeth, which is a drug abuse resistance education program. And during the program, we teach specifically fifth graders around the city to stay away from drugs. And it gives us an opportunity to show an alternative, a positive day, being drug-free. And then we invite a lot of different people in and kind of have a fun day for them, from the state police to a petting zoo, to the National Guard, to just all these different programs, and give them a hands-on kind of, hey, maybe this could be my career, or hey, this is fun. Just a positive thing, and some free food and entertainment. It's a fun day.
I must commend you and the other DARE officers on your work with the children. I mean, I've seen the interaction, and the kids love you guys. Mm-hmm. And it's nice to be able to have that rapport with the kids. And then after they leave fifth grade, what happens then?
Well, after they leave fifth grade, we try to, I've been doing it now for 5 years, and so what I get to see now is some of my students who are 10th graders, and hopefully we've built some communication. And
do they ever come back and say hello? And
yeah, they do. And I try to remember their names. It's a little tough. We have about 1,800 students we reach per year,
right?
So it gets to be a big number, but it keeps a good relationship between us and the children. I think that's important as they become adults. Right. It's a little easier to reach them on different levels.
Now, with the Dare Day, what other organizations are involved with this event?
Well, we have Pro-C, we have the Elizabeth Port Presbyterian Center, we have just different organizations throughout the city who partner with the Elizabeth Municipal Alliance. And our message is we try to give the kids an alternative to antisocial behavior. Okay. Not just about drugs, it's about trying to get them to think differently about who they are too. And then he does a good job along with Officer John in doing that. We want to, one of the reasons we bring the petting zoo is because, you know, most kids in Elizabeth don't see a turtle on a daily basis, or a goat, or, you know, things, or a llama, things of that nature. So we're trying to broaden their horizons, so to speak. Okay.
Now, Officer Lenny, I know, like myself, we're just two big kids. So I'm quite sure you and I got some extraordinary activities. What's some of the activities planned for the Dare Day Jamboree this year?
Well, we're going to have a free throw contest, and I do remember last year I hit a nice three-pointer when you were there. That's probably the last one I hit. And although you beat us pretty good many years ago in homeroom basketball.
A day I'll never forget, yeah.
But that's all right. Mr. Gee didn't let us in the room.
Mr. Gee, that's
only Guman Picos went in, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, we have a free throw contest for boys and for girls. We give away trophies, and we have some fun. What's really profound, when the state police come and they bring North Star, which basically their helicopter, their ambulance helicopter.
Wait a minute, go back a second. You said a helicopter?
Yeah. We bring 2 helicopters down. We invite 2 different branches of government. The state police come down, actually with North Star, their helicopter, and will land right in the field.
Wow.
And it's pretty impressive for those kids who haven't seen it, and myself too.
Are the kids allowed to sit in the helicopter at any point?
They go right up and speak to the pilots. They go right in the helicopter, ask whatever questions they have. We don't take them up. But that's for them down the road. Hopefully they'll say, you know what, I can be a pilot. And that's one of the things we want to bring to them. We want to inspire them and say, you know, you can do this. Why can't you do it? Right. Nothing different between you and them except focus. And hopefully we can give them some self-esteem, empower them, and start making them think a little outside the box. These are some things I can do.
Right. And beyond the helicopter, anything else?
Well, there's 2 different helicopters that come down, so they get a chance to speak to the 2 different things. And they bring down a Humvee. This year we're looking, hopefully, at a rock climbing wall and a little friendly competition. And also the police department will be there. The Union County Bomb Squad comes there, and they bring a robot with them, and they give the kids a little opportunity to kind of play with that and learn a little bit about that. And some different organizations from the city come down, and they have a chance to interact on a positive level. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's a learning event too, whether they realize it or not.
Okay. Now, I know we talked about kids being involved, but there's something for adults there also?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we invite adults. Primarily it's for children. we target 5th grade and any former students, but we don't draw a line. You know, anyone's welcome to come.
So I noticed in years past you had different health agencies.
I was going to say that, yeah, in years past we had the workshop for the parents during the noon hour. And we're going to be doing more of that this year.
Right.
We're going to try to go throughout Elizabeth, bringing the DARE program to different locations to educate the parents on what we're trying to do.
Are you going to have the table set up with the different agencies passing information
Yes,
to parents?
and let us say that everything's free. You know, we're going to have free hot dogs, hamburgers, no, not hamburgers, free hot dog soda, you know, and all that kind of stuff.
Now, what message does the Alliance support?
The message is a strong message, Alonzo. The message is that we're trying to get kids to understand that in order to be successful in life, you have to give yourself a chance. You cannot use drugs, you cannot drink alcohol, you cannot smoke, you cannot engage in antisocial behavior if you want to give yourself a shot at becoming successful.
Right.
If I can add to that too, part of the DARE program, and I think it relates to what Joe just said, is that we want to try to empower kids. Just like a parent or a mentor, you teach, but really your goal is that when I walk away, how are you going to behave? And that's kind of our focus. When we walk away, is this kid armed? Is he going to be ready? And we believe through these programs and through the DARE that they are. That when they walk away, we want them to walk away with this pride, this chest, almost like a superhero, that when it comes my way, okay, this is what Officer Len was talking about. This was what Reverend Joe Adair was talking about. And Alonzo told me this too. Okay, it's coming my way. What can I do? Make up an excuse, walk away. Have courage. And I like to mention that John F. Kennedy, my favorite president, said the same thing. He said, you know what? The ability to do what's right, even when it's not popular, that's courage. And that's what I'm looking for. And I see it in the kids. When you give them the message, they get it. And hopefully when they walk away, that they'll use it. Are we going to be 100% successful? Unfortunately not. But I think that our message is getting out there.
Here's a question people ask me from time to time. DARE. What does DARE stand for? D-A-R-E. What does it mean?
It's a drug abuse resistance education program. And it started in 1983 in Los Angeles. And they had a need, and they decided, you know, how are we going to target this need? And the Board of Education, the police department got together and they said, you know what, 5th grade, 6th grade, let's start there. And it really, like anything else, it focuses on the kids, but it's like a triangle. It's the kids, it's the parents, and it's the teacher or the mentor. All three of those parts of the triangle have to work together, and when they do, it's very strong. It's like someone calling the police and wanting something done. Without giving any more, you get a limited response. But when they're a part of it, it's stronger.
Now, how can parents better help enforce the DARE officer's message?
I think from our standpoint, basically, we have a workbook that we give the kids, and they participate in class, and they may go home with some information and say, hey, Mom, I found out that nicotine in a cigarette is addictive, that nicotine has no taste. Are you aware? And sometimes they may, you know, give Mom or Dad some information that they didn't know, like nicotine, for instance, is not regulated by the federal government. There's no levels on a cigarette, and nicotine has no taste. So kids start asking, well, Officer Len, could they put more in there? And maybe they could. Would I know, and would we know? And now they start to ask questions, and that's what we want. We want them to ask questions. One of the students told me today, you know what, Officer Len, I looked at I looked at someone I know, that's the phrase we use, someone I know's cigarette carton, and there was no warning label. Where the warning label was, it said, go to www.something, which is another step. That's deceiving.
Okay.
And the kid picked that up, so they're learning on their own, and that's what we want. Facilitate this at home.
So again, the DARE Day Jamboree takes place when and where?
Friday the 2nd of May at Erks Lakeman Center in Bayway.
On Richmond Street?
Richmond Street, starting at 4 p.m.
Okay.